Welcome to this webinar, and I'm going to go through a lot of the latest eBay SEO training. And there's a lot of things out there that people think they have to do with their listing to rank on eBay. But I've discovered a lot of things are unnecessary, and there's only like a handful of things that you really need to pay attention to really rank your listing. And I'm going to actually go through that right now. I've been doing a lot of testing in the last few months, and I'm just going to tell you straight up what it is that you need to do to bring up your listing. So can you, everyone can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Let me just share my screen somehow. Do you have to pass it to me?
I don't think so. I think you just need to hit play.
Oh, okay, wait. Show my screen. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, awesome. All right, so the most important, and no one will, actually probably not many people know about this, the most important thing for ranking is your actual eBay seller, what do you want to call it, status. So if you're, top rated or above standard or below standard. So depending on where you are, it will determine your ranking, and that's actually one of the most important ranking in their algorithm that eBay has. So if you're at least above standard, you're okay, you're good to go. But you'll notice even when you see a lot of top-rated sellers, when they have like crappy titles, but then you're like, how are they still ranking on the first page? And that's the reason. It's because of their eBay seller status, or performance status, whatever they call it. So just obviously, if you're brand new, you're not going to get the top rated right away. But as long as you're above and you're above standard, you're good. Below, you start, your rankings start hurting, and a lot of people probably know that when they do hit below standard, it's a lot tougher to make sales. So when that happens, you just got to list a lot more to get the same kind of volume. All right, second thing is your actual title, listing title, and make sure you have your, primary keywords here. So this is like your first 3 keywords that the best way to actually find out, what the good keywords are is actually go to eBay and type in, like, for example, if you're going to sell a barbecue grill, you type in barbecue and then a bunch of keywords will pop up. I'll actually show you a live listing on how to actually take action on this. So third one is description. And in the past they said don't actually put a lot of keywords in your description. I found out that you can actually you can put in a lot of keywords in your description. You'll be good. Actually, they prefer to have around 5 to 7% keyword density in your actual description. And before, people were saying, or in the past trainings, they would say around, I think it was like 0.5 to 3%. But eBay actually likes keywords. Obviously, you're not going to stick a keyword in that doesn't make sense. It should still be fluent when you're actually writing a description. So that description. And another thing no one talks about is your title in your description should be in an H2 tag. I'm going to actually go through this so you know what I'm talking about. H2 tag is just in the SEO world, it's just a header. H1 is supposed to be your title. H2 is like your subtopic title, and a lot of bloggers would know what that is. But if you're totally new to this, don't worry about it, because I'm going to actually show you how to put a H2 tag in your description. All right, so 4, guess what? Images, naming images doesn't matter anymore. I just discovered that eBay rewrites whenever you put in an image in there, when you save an image on eBay, they totally just erase everything you wrote, and they just shove in a random code. I'll show you an example of this very, very soon. So I wouldn't even bother renaming images anymore. Just, download the image, just pop it on your computer, then upload them. There's another method I'm going to show you on here to make it even faster. So we'll get to that very, very soon. Next one, and this one is actually very important. Views to sales ratio. So this just means how many views are you getting and how many sales you're getting. The more sales you're getting per view, eBay loves that. They'll actually rank your item much higher than you think. So when you get a sale on in your listing, you'll notice that if you actually look for your product, it's actually just the actual listing went up in ranking when every time you get a sale. So this is very, very important. Another one important factor is, let me just put this in, is actual watchers on your listing. When eBay sees a lot of watchers, they see that there's a lot of activity going on there. It's a lot of, people are very interested in your product. So that is another big one. And the rest that's it really. That's the most important part of actually ranking your listing. This is the most important. I kind of did an order. So actually this is not really a ranking factor. I just want to bring this up because a lot of people spend a lot of time on their images and it doesn't really matter anymore. So now I'm going to, do you guys understand that? Let me see here if anyone, yes, should enter quantity more. Okay, another one, I've been testing this and I'm not 100% sure yet. Quantity, if you put a quantity of 10 or more, I've noticed more activity with my listing. I haven't done enough testing to actually verify that, so I'm going to do some back-to-back, they call it split testing on if that actually matters or not. But I assume if, eBay sees that you have 10 or more quantity, that means you have a lot of product, and they like that because they don't like it when people go out of stock. So I can see why this could be a ranking factor, but I haven't verified it yet. I don't know, Denise, have you noticed quantity make a difference?
I think it does make a difference when you have at least 11 to 13 in quantity. I usually don't do it depending, but now that I have an available listing amount, I do it now. But when I started, what I would do is when I would sell a popular item, I would go ahead and up the quantity to 11 or 12. That way it would keep selling.
Yeah, that's it. And Corey asked, when you're starting out, obviously you can't put in 10, 11 quantity for everything because you just don't have enough limits for your eBay account. So when you're starting off, 1 or 2 is fine. Okay, you'll eventually get there, and in the next 90 days, you'll be there, and you can start actually putting more quantity to the products that are selling for you. So don't worry about that. If you're brand new, stick to 1 to 2. That's fine.
And with what Corey said, if you put 2 in quantity, and say you're selling 2 swing sets, and I buy 1 swing set. Once I buy that swing set from you, go in and edit your listing for that swing set, and go ahead and put the quantity back up to 2. That way the listing doesn't end for 30 days. And the more that you're selling, like Jesse said, the views and sales ratio, it will continue to rank higher and it will sell. And then next month, whenever it ends, you can go back to your last sold one. Like if you sold one yesterday, but the 30 days ended today, I would go back to the one yesterday and I would relist it. That way it has all that coding and tags on it that it was popular, it sold that many times, and it will also rank higher and continue to sell.
Yep. And the keywords I'm talking about is actually in the description. In the 5 to 7% keyword density, that's actually in the description, not your actual title. So, your title, you start off with your primary 3 keywords, which I'm going to go through, so don't worry about it. Actually, I'm going to go through it next, so I'll let you know.
Put the keywords. I was doing a private training yesterday, and I was telling someone that, and they brought up the same thing about the keyword density. And through my testing, I have realized I've had a lot of success putting the 3 keywords in there 3 times. Or I mean 5 times. I put 3 bold, and I do 1 italic, and I do 1 underlined.
Yeah. So that in a 200 and I forgot to mention one more thing.
But I have my entire my shipping policy. It's mixed in that too. It'll say we ship this, swing set kit within 48 or something like that. We try to ship within 48 hours, and then in the end it'll say money back guaranteed on this swing set kit. So it's mixed throughout the whole entire description.
And another thing I forgot to mention is make sure your description is 200 words or more. So eBay likes that. Actually, Google likes that too. If you notice, when an eBay item ranks on Google, it's because they have a longer description. Google doesn't like thin content. So this way you get, you rank on eBay, and certain cases you'll start ranking on Google for that. So you get a double traffic source that's coming to your listing. So let's just put this into play now. I've been testing another way of actually uploading images is directly the direct URL from the website, and I noticed that it doesn't really hurt rankings, and it's a lot easier. So I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, and I just think it's a lot easier than just downloading the images personally. So I'm going to show you how all that works. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a product off eBay here. Why don't we check, not eBay, Overstock. Overstock or Wayfair, it doesn't matter. Wayfair is another good site. Why don't we pick this adjustable, it's going to ask me if I'm Canada. Actually, this one only has 1 image. I want to pick, oh, wait. All right, it has more. All right. So let's just list one of these products on eBay here. So let's just type in an easier way of listing is actually I just not piggyback, but just hit one of these listings, and I will just click on sell now. So that way I don't have to fill out the description, not the description, the actual category stuff. So I can just, and I noticed this one sold 513 times. So their title is decent. And another thing I was talking about is titling is actually put in the title in the eBay search bar. So just put in stool. And you'll see here with all the keywords that our buyers are using for this, for these bar stools. So I'm just going to stick with this one here, swivel bar stool, because the ones that are on the top means the higher search volume from the actual buyer. So we're going to go with this stool. You can actually go stools as well. So this is the primary keyword I was talking about, the 3 primary keywords. We're going to stick with this. The rest is just filler keywords like modern, adjustable, and all this stuff, hydraulic, etc. So now I'm going to list this product. I'm going to click on sell now. Hopefully my eBay account lets me do it. Cool. So now I'm going to start this listing with, what was it? Kind of forgot. Let me go back to eBay. Swivel bar stool. Okay. Swivel bar stool. Now I'm just going to, take some of their keywords like modern, design, adjustable,
Black,
and pop this in here like that. I'm not sure if this is hydraulic. Actually, it is. So let's just pop that in there, and it's black.
Industrial would be a good one. Modern and industrial are highly searched.
Which one?
Industrial.
Industrial.
Mm-hmm. It's metal. To me, if it's metal, I put it in
Industrial. Industrial. All right, we got more. I just look at other listings and see what I can pop on there. Technically, this is Chrome, so we can pop in Chrome. And what else? Chair. Why not?
Is it a set? Well, chair is good too.
What's that? Chair? Yeah, chair.
Is it a set of two though?
Yeah, it is. Set of two.
I would put set of two in the title at the end just because it would catch someone's attention.
Set of two. All right, it's good enough for me. All right, now this is the time saver that I was talking about for the images. So what I do now is I just click on images. I click on copy your photos from web address, and I'll just put in add, a bunch of these. Everyone following me? Just, I don't want to rush through this. Yes? Everyone's understanding?
How did you get to that?
Oh, let me just go back. All right, so we click add photos, and then what we're going to do is instead of select photos, we're going to click on copy your photos from web address.
That's cool.
So then we're going to, eBay likes, I forgot to mention this, 3 to 4 images, 3 or more at least, minimum. The more you have, the better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Wayfair here. I'm going to expand the image like this first. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy image address. Okay. Then we're going to go back to the listing. Oh, there it is. And we're going to paste that address in here. Okay, just like that.
Wow, that's going to save a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. And then you go to the next one, same thing, copy image address, and then you head over here, paste. Next one, image address, copy, paste, and just keep going. Let me just pop in more. Maybe I'll do one more. Copy image address, and then hit import once you're done. And boom, they're all up, just like that. And you hit finished. And now UPC codes, I forgot to mention this. UPC codes are very important. And I'm not going to apply one here just because I'm just going to save time. So when you do have a new UPC code brand, what I'll do is I'll name the brand over my primary keywords. Swivel bar stool. Just like that. MPN, same thing. You can actually do this when you're not using any kind of listing tool. And then you can put in the last 4, 5 digits of the UPC code. Here's an example here. So the last 4 is 6996. You can put 6996. And you can put black here because it is. Oh no. The color is black. You don't have to worry about the model. If it's from China, I would not mention that. Just skip over it. Room, you can put in kitchen. I don't know where else they would put it. Basement. I don't know. Whatever
Dining
room.
room.
Dining room. I'm just going to put in all the rooms. Doesn't matter. Okay. That way, eBay likes the fact that you're filling this information. You can put in material. We can just take a look quickly what this thing is made out of. Here you go, micro back vinyl covered and chrome. So we can put both of these in there. And then we can put in chrome. Style, don't worry about that. Country, don't worry about that. All right, for the description now, You can do one or two things. A lot of people will just copy this whole thing and then slap it in here. But what you really want to do is you want to just you want to focus with your main keywords. Okay. So I'm going to actually show you what an H2 tag looks like right now. So let me just copy and paste the rest of the description. Wayfair doesn't have a lot of content, I noticed. So what I would do then is actually, add to this, because like I said, 200 words or more is what eBay is looking for.
And it just looks really bad. Outfit the home bar, accent your favorite scene. It just doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can be like,
I always put add a touch of modern, or add these swivel bar stools to your modern home decor or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely rewrite this because it's just not enough words, but.
Or these swivel bar stools will add a modern touch to any home decor.
Let me see. What does it say? Outfit the home bar or accent your what?
Yeah, it just doesn't make much sense.
Parlor. Let me just. This description's horrible. I'm gonna go on Overstock and see if they have something. Oh wait, I'm gonna go on eBay and see what they got. If they have a nicer description. See, this stuff you can. Okay, because this actually looks like that. So.
It's actually a really good description.
Yeah. So what we can do.
Take out measurements if they aren't the same.
Yeah.
Height and weight. Take the weight out if you can't verify.
You know what? I'm just going to copy this whole thing over and I'm going to modify it. So if you don't know what to write, just see what the top sellers are writing in there. And so here I would
Jesse, should the description have 200 words or 200 characters?
Words.
Okay.
So let me just add this. All right, this. Let me just change this up. This little bar, stool, two-piece. Oh, let me just change. Two-piece set. Make sure it kind of makes sense. And looks like the rest, yeah, because this had vinyl. Yeah, vinyl, so this talks about vinyl. And what you want to do is every time there's like a period, you want to make a space like that because it's just easier on the eyes. People don't want to read, 10 miles this way just to find out what this thing's about. This I would, if you want, what you can do for this height stuff is actually go on Wayfair here and see if it's actually the same dimensions. You can add these dimensions in there if you want. It looks like it could be the same thing. 15-inch wide, 360 degree, 22 to 30 inches. 15-inch, let me see here. It's a little different. So what we can do then is just remove that. And what we want to do is just add the features to this listing. So let's just remove this. Okay. And if you have Google Chrome, you don't have to put this, when you copy and paste descriptions off other sites, it actually carries over the HTML coding. So what other people would do is they'll open up Notepad like this, and they'll put the actual description in Notepad and copy this over and put it into, in the eBay description. But if you have Google Chrome, you don't need to do that. You just right click and then you just click on paste as plain text. So when you do that, it actually strips all the coding, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is our features. Let me just bold that, and let me just make this look nicer. And then we can copy this over, copy, paste, just like that. I'll just bold that. And make that look neater. And now you just put your shipping and handling policy down here. I don't have one handy on me right now, so I'm just going to put in free shipping to the lower 48 states. No international, no APO, no PO box, along those lines. But I would definitely get a description if you don't have one already. Some kind of shipping policy. You know, you can copy some of these bigger sellers if you want and just paste it in your description. Maybe someone actually has one that's easier to copy. This one's not popping up. So something like this, okay, payments, returns, customer support. Just make sure you have something like this in your listing.
I'm going to post one in the group that I use.
You're going to post, okay, yeah, great. Denise is going to post one in the group so everyone can check that out. All right, so now let me just make this neat. 14 font. I usually put everything 14, just easier to read. So now the whole H2 tag that I was talking about. So you see this title here, we want to put this in an H2 tag. So what we have to do is go to HTML mode by clicking this. And I know it looks like a huge mess. See this swivel bar stool? So before this, we're going to put a left, I don't know what this thing is called. It's like a greater than symbol. It's on beside the M. On the right side of the M's, there's these two symbols like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left, H2, like that, and then close the bracket with the opposite one. And then we're going to go to this side. We're going to go again, the left symbol, pointer symbol, I don't know what to call that. And then we're going to put a slash H2 and then another closing bracket. Let me just write this in the, if I can write this into the, what is it, a chat box, where is it? Chat box. All right, so let me just put H2, your title, and I'm gonna, so you guys can see what this looks like. Just like that. If everyone can see that, great. So now we're going to go back to standard mode. And then you're going to see how this just got bigger because now it's an actual H2 tag. This actually helps ranking big time because I've been testing it. And then what you want to do now is just bold your main keyword. Make sure you have this keyword a bunch of times in your description. Instead of two bar stools, you can put in swivel bar stool, and you can go down and see free shipping, and then we can write something like, we don't ship these to APO, PO box, or international addresses, or something like that. This way you got the, let me just get rid of that bold there. This way you got that keyword in there one more time. And if there's another spot you can pop it in, I would definitely would. Just full height on these. something like that. Chrome, hydraulic lift, Chrome. Okay. So yeah, just make sure you can shove these keywords as primary 3 keywords a bunch more times in the description, and then you're pretty much set. You can underline this one if you want. You can italic that one. Just put that. So just like that. And now for pricing this product, another good rule of thumb is just find the first 5, 6 products, average their price, and then divide it by 2. I've been doing this lately, and it's been pretty good. So this one, the lowest I see is $54.99, and then the highest I see is $131. Actually, I don't think this product, let me see here, $92. Let me see. Actually, it's pretty, there's a lot of cheap stools out there. Except for this one, $384. All right, so we got to be competitive. We can't go crazy overboard. I would list it for around that price, $131.99, to see if you're actually, if you're making a profit. You can just take $131.99 times it by, well, eBay. Wayfair doesn't take any tax. I haven't been charged tax. So
There's
if that's the
3
case,
states that charge tax for Wayfair.
yeah. So this, you can calculate it as 12% or even 13%. So if you'd price it at $131, you'll make a $21.84 profit on this.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put that up there. You can actually be even a little bit more competitive. Just put $129.99. This looks easier on the eye. That's another trick. If I put $130, people think it's a lot higher to the eye, it's like perceived value. Like if you see $129, they think it's a lot cheaper. So as long as you put the, $129 or $128, not quite at $130, it just looks better. Quantity, again, if you have high limits, you can test out 11 or more. Or if you don't, put 1 or 2, that's fine. Duration, always start off with 30 days. And then these policies I already have made, so I'm just gonna, this is in the training, so this is just, and that one. And I'm just gonna hit continue. See if it goes through. Yep, it does. Let me just hit, and that's it. That's this my email account's almost maxed out. This actually is my worst account. Only have like 85% feedback because one person gave me 1 negative. I haven't sold on this account in so long. But yeah, so this is what your description should look like. You got your H2 tag, like I said, your 200-word description. Have your keyword at least 3 times or more if you can. The more the better. You can bold it, you can underline it, and that's it for the ranking aspect. And this is what eBay is looking for. They want a lot of keywords in here. They want a lot of images in here, and even though in the past images, for example, they wanted keywords in there, I noticed that they don't even, like I said, they erase the images. The image, what's it called? I guess image titles. I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like. So this person here, let's say they named this swivel stool, adjustable swivel stool. something like that. So, but when I go into the image and I right-click it and I copy image address, I'm going to paste this in here. Look what happens. They actually change your titles of your images to this. Something like that. It's going to be i.ebay.img.com. It's like their photo, I guess, server. And when you upload images onto their servers, they actually rename your images to that. And that is why it's completely useless now to actually name your images and spend that time on the images. You don't need to do that anymore. I think the best way is just copy them directly off the sites like this, copy image address. Does everyone understand that?
I'm going to go through and read some questions. Do you need to alter the specifications?
Of the description?
Yes, like the...
I would change it up a little bit just so it's not exact. This was just a quick example. What I would do is actually change up the description a bit, change maybe, put this down here, change the order. And for this, I would change the spec slightly, maybe a 0.1 instead of a 0.2. This way people can't copy this and then look over to Google and see where you're, getting your products from. See Wayfair just popped up because I didn't change my description around. So they know that I'm getting this from Wayfair. So to fight that, there's actually you can actually add an HTML code to your listing so people can't copy and paste. I think we have it somewhere in our group.
Can you go back to your specifications on your eBay listing?
Right here.
I take where it says leverage finish and then Chrome. I will cut leverage finish and I move it behind Chrome. So it'll say Chrome leverage finish and I just take away that colon. Does that make sense? Where it says base finish, I'll cut that and put it after Chrome, so it'll say Chrome base finish. So it's like a sentence, and it's not like just to change it up. Does that make sense? Yes. Since I can't show you.
Yeah, like you just you put Chrome in front of the
Yes, I'll cut one of them, and then I'll just erase the colon. That way it looks like it's all just like small short sentences in the description. And it's really quick to do. I don't have to make anything up. I don't have to think. I just move all the words around and it still makes a ton of sense to me.
Someone has asked about, can I do an example of the image again? So what we do is we just add an image just like you would. Hopefully this loads up. Or maybe I can just delete this and just show you guys. So click on add photos. Then what we're going to do is instead of select photos, we're going to click on copy photos from web address. We're going to hit that. Now you're going to have options to put web addresses in. I usually put 3 or more images. So let's just stick with 3 in this example. Now I'm going to go back to Wayfair. I believe it's this one. Yep. So now I'm going to go to Wayfair. Oh, let me just click on that. Click on black here. This is the example here. So don't just copy the URL directly like this. You want to click on the image before you do, because if you don't, Wayfair has small images. This might not be 500 by 500, and eBay will say quality, well, it's not, doesn't meet our expectations. So you want to click the image first. So it expands, then you right-click, then copy image address. And you copy that, and you head over to your listing. There it is. And then we're going to paste that web address in here. And then you just go through the rest. You just click on this one, click on the image like that, expand it, and then copy image, paste, and then you go to the next one, and so on. And then just click on this, get one more in there, and then paste and import. And then they'll all pop up and you just hit finish. And done.
Jesse, do you think this is relevant to Bonanza also?
Bonanza, I haven't checked to see if they actually renamed their images. I'll make sure, I'll find out. If they do rename their images like eBay does, then yeah, you just do what I just did on eBay, because they're just, they're basically rewriting your images. So you don't need to spend the time to put in the keywords in there and all that stuff.
I do want to ask you about the social signals with Hootsuite. You mentioned the sales to views ratio. Do you think that if you post your listings on social media sites for the social signals, that it would actually hurt your ranking if you have a lot more views that way but no sales?
Social signals, when it comes to ranking, it doesn't do much, to be honest. I've been testing it because so it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. If you're getting views and you're not getting any sales, eBay doesn't care. Sure, you're getting views, but if it's like, hey, this product's not getting traction, so it doesn't hurt your rankings. It doesn't just do that much.
Well,
for the time you got to put into the social signals to,
exactly.
It's just not worth it. You can do, sorry, go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you have to say. Sorry.
What you can do is, this is what I've been doing, especially if you can make a bit of a profit on something like this. Let's say you're going to make like $100 on the stool. What you can tell your buyer is, hey, can you make me a 2-minute video showing me the product, and then just have like a nice review about it, and I'll give you $20 for that, right? So when I've actually had customers cut me videos and I upload them on YouTube, and what I'll do is these customers are giving me these raving reviews about this product, and then I send that I link that YouTube video to my eBay listing to so they can buy it. This way, that is I believe the proper way of doing things, because if they're on YouTube looking for like some kind of, I don't know, bar stool review, and then they're looking to buy one, so if they see a good review on one, they're gonna ultimately buy. And then when they do click through the description and go through your listing and buy, that is what's gonna bump the ranking, the actual buying part.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So I've been doing this with certain niches, and it's been working really, really well. This way you're driving extra traffic. You don't have to worry about just eBay traffic. You're driving targeted traffic, through YouTube to your listing. Obviously, you can't do it to every single one, just the ones that you know that you're going to make a nice profit, or if they're already selling all right, you want to bump up the sales, you do a YouTube video on it. You ask a customer to make one, and you just give them back some money, little mini refund.
Or you could order
refund.
it. You could order it, do a review on it, package it back up, and send it right back.
Or you can do that. Yep.
Do you think with the pictures this way and using the link straight to the supplier, can people find your source a lot quicker that way? Or even though either way eBay renames it, so it's still just as good of a chance?
Well, if you look at this image URL, do you see Wayfair in here anywhere?
No.
Yeah. So it's not even on their site. It's not on their Wayfair site. It's on a different server. They're using like a third-party server. See the website here?
Mm-hmm.
It's secure.img2. Like, it's not related to their main site. So no, they can't find. Let me test. Let me see if Let's see if I can find my image. I think I've tested this and I couldn't find it. Like it was just random results in Google, like other websites. But let me see. Right click, search Google image. See?
Pinterest, yeah.
Pinterest, kitchen design. Let me hit the next page. Yeah, it's Walmart. See, it's not related. It's just not even on their main website server, like I said.
That's really cool.
So you don't have to worry about people jacking your stuff because they know your image.
What about for ranking a handling time for 3 to 4 days handling time? Do you think that makes a difference in ranking?
I believe it. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. It's not a massive ranking factor, but I noticed 2 days does help a little more if you're 2 days or less, not 3 to 4. So you got it's like that little sweet spot.
I noticed I tested it with last August about I had a 3-day handling time, and I ended up hitting top rated seller, but I honestly for the month of August, because I'd never go back in and change everything. I always just kind of let it play out. So that 30 days, I noticed a decrease in sales.
Yeah.
So I immediately started just listing with 2 days again, and I still ended up hitting top rated with 2 days using overstock. But for the month of August, I didn't do as well as I would normally do. When I went back to 2 days, my sales increased a lot.
Yeah, it does make a difference. And another thing is just buyers like it more. Like, hey, this guy this person ships within 2 days. I get it sooner versus, 3 or 4. But yeah, even though they don't ship in within 2 days, I would just I'll just mark it as shipped. And then when I get the tracking number from Overstock or wherever you're getting it from, just slap it in there and then you're good. You're good to go.
Does your return policy affect your ranking? 30 days better than 14 days?
No, that doesn't make a difference. If you're drop shipping, I'll just stick to 14 days.
I have tested both of them also, and I really didn't think there was that much of a difference either. eBay told what?
Top rated seller?
What was the question?
It says eBay told me I have to offer 1 day to be top rated seller.
That's what I was about to read. eBay, in order to be top rated seller and get a discount, you have to use the top rated plus. And in order to do that, you have to offer 1 day handling time. So that's why if you see a seller on eBay and it says top rated plus, they have 1 day handling time. And you end up getting like a 20% discount. But you can still hit top rated seller and not use the plus option with the 1 day handling time.
Yeah, that's fine. Those are like bigger companies, actual warehouses that stock your products that can pull those off.
We just can't ship within 1 day. So if you hit top rated and then you change all your handling times to 1 day, you're going to lose top rated the next month. And if you actually hit top rated, you maintain it for like 2 or 3 months, then eBay will give you a grace period. If you fall under after like 3 months, it'll give you like 60 days to get back up there before they take it from you.
Looks like my listing is on the first page. It's a little bit deeper down. I just checked. Where is it? I just saw it. Can't find it now. Thought I saw it.
So
takes some time.
What do you mean if you say 2 days shipping and product does not actually ship in 2 days? It's no big deal. Don't you get penalized if you do that?
Nope.
I think that this is a big misunderstanding with a lot of eBay sellers, because if you go into your seller dashboard and it shows you in order to hit top rated seller, you have to input 90% of your tracking numbers within your handling time. If you open up that option, there's a bar, and on that bar, there's no below standard on there. So if you only input 40% of your tracking numbers on time, you're going to fall down to the bottom of the bar of above standard. There is no below standard back there, so there is no penalty. Technically, you really don't even have to put in tracking numbers. It is just to protect you. That way, if a buyer says they didn't receive the item and stuff like that, it's a luxury also for the customer. But there's no penalty if you don't do it.
Here it is. Here's my listing. First page. But to rank even higher, what I would do is, add more to the description and stuff like that. I just copied and pasted pretty much. So, yeah. Let me just click on that. Yeah, that's it. 7 views so far. Not bad. Sometimes I get higher in the, if I spend a little bit extra time, I'll get it higher in the search in the first shot. But like I said, those sales count. Once you start hitting sales, everything starts skyrocketing. See, all the ones that have lots of sales are on the top here, even though their keyword isn't exactly what we're looking for.
I noticed a lot of my listings will be ranked on the first page and within like 5 or 6 listings. But I try not to, honestly. Like, if you're just starting out and you really don't have much, account metrics on eBay because you haven't made that many sales, don't go search your items on eBay and see if you're on the first page and then get disappointed, because it's really just a distraction that you don't need. Because when you start out, the chances are you're not going to be on the first page of eBay. So I just wouldn't even look. I would just concentrate on getting as many listings up as you can. Max out your listings. Always call eBay every 25 to 30 days. And that's, if you max out in the month, I recommend calling them tomorrow and asking them, even if it's only been 14 days. I have a few team members of mine that are getting 2 increases a month just because they're consistently maxing out and calling. So it just really depends on, it's the luck of the draw of the eBay customer service rep. If you get a customer service rep that had a bad night last night, and, bad stuff, and they're just in a bad mood, then they're probably not going to want to help you if they don't have to, and the policy says they don't. So just keep calling, but just make sure you're at least getting 1 increase a month so you can, maximize your business. And does anyone else have any questions? Someone wants to know if you can show them how you set your pricing and profit margin.
Easy. Let me go up here in eBay. Let's say I do a few things. Let's say I'm on Amazon and I want, easiest thing to look at it is a lot of people sell cookware sets from Amazon. So let's say I want to see what this product is going for on eBay. So I'm going to copy this over and paste. And I can see that even though, it's $50, a lot of people have it, priced high enough where they're making sales. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click on sold. And I'm going to look at the highest price is sold for and the lowest. So I think it was $57.46 and $90. So I'm going to take 57. If you want to price your item correctly, this is what I do. 81 divided by 2. So I would price my item around $74. The average, as you can see, there's different they're selling mostly for 65 to 70 bucks. So you can get away with selling for $74 or you can go $73.99. So now to see what kind of profit we're going to make, we just take $73.99 times it by 8. On Amazon it would be a little bit more because they actually do charge tax a lot. So I'm going to put on Amazon 0.83, just put 17%, right? So I'm going to take the price times it by 0.83. So it's 61.41. I'm going to take that and minus the cost of the product. I think that was
13.
So we're going to make $11.28 when we sell it for $73. We could make more than that depending if Amazon didn't charge tax for that state. But if worst case scenario, we're going to make $11.28. We price it at $73.99. So to see what kind of prices you see they're selling for, don't go crazy. If you see that the most is sold for $90, don't list it for that. I think that was just fluke. You want to list it reasonably in the price range so that you're somewhat competitive. Like, don't list this for 120 bucks thinking with an amazing title you'll get a sale. No one's going to buy it. So you got to be within the limits.
Do you ever use the eBay fee calculator?
I used to when I first got started, but after doing it for a few years, I kind of got the hang of it now. So I just do the whole times it by 0.83 or 0.87 depending on if I'm using Overstock, I might do 0.87 or Wayfair 0.87. Amazon, I know most of they charge tax almost everywhere, so 0.83. That's kind of my price ranges, and I see what kind of prices they're selling for, the highest and the lowest, and I take the average and see if I can make a profit on that.
That's pretty much what I do also, the calculator in 0.88 and 0.83. Someone said Walmart charged 9% in California. We usually average in half of the tax, so 4%, depending because of the states, but California usually does have the highest tax, and New York. Does listing varieties make any difference in metrics, like 5 colors of the same item with 2 each shows 10 items?
I
don't really understand the question.
Like if they had 5 black, 5 red, that's what they're saying?
Yes.
I think they just count, if you put in 10, I think it's just 10 of each. Or not 10 of each, just 10 in total amount. Like if you have red and black there and you have 10, it's going to assume that you have, I guess, 5 and 5.
To get high number of pictures, can you use the same exact picture multiple times?
I noticed that eBay kind of knows when you do that, even with the whole taking it off their site technique. If they see the same URL 3 times without changing, it actually doesn't help your ranking at all. So then what you want to do is you just want to save if there's only one image, then I would save it on my computer. You don't have to put in any keywords or anything like that. Just save it on your computer. And then just make 3 different, save that image 3 times as a different file name, and then upload that. I hope you understand what I'm talking about.
I understand what you're saying. I've always added multiple pictures of the same picture if they only provided one.
See, if you copy image of the same one, eBay's gonna see that, okay, it's the same image. It's coming from the same source. But if you save this 3 times on your computer and then you upload it, eBay will think it's actually 3 different images. I hope that makes sense. So if I save this, for example, let me just make a new folder. Cookware. let me just write cookware pot. Doesn't matter what you save your image. So you save that, right? So now I'm going to go to Paint. I'm going to take that image, cookware. So I'm going to take this image. So we saved it as cookware pot, right? So I'm going to slightly resize it. Just put 1100 or 1000. Go to pixels. And I'm going to save this as cookware pan. And then I'm going to resize it again, slightly 800. And then I'm going to save this as cookware, I don't know, lid. So now, if I upload these images, eBay is going to think it's 3 different images. That's what I'm talking about. So if you only have one image, I would save it on your computer, and I will, like I just did in Paint, just save it 3 times as a different file name, change maybe the size slightly, and then upload that.
Jesse, is it possible to know whether a product is a hot seller before actually listing it, or is it pretty much hit or miss?
Well, you get a rough idea. If you see a lot of, like this example is, I would think this is pretty good because they're selling more than 50 bucks. So this one even sold for $95. And this is recent, April 4th. So this, to my eyes, is a hot seller. If you see a lot of sold and you see them, over $50, you can make a profit. This is a really good indication. But if you see them sold, but you see them under your price, then you know it's not good for drop shipping. So if these were all 30 bucks for some reason, and you get them for 50, obviously it's not that good.
Can you explain the 0.88?
0.88?
I think what this person is confused about, this person's going by 0.18. That's not wrong. Most of the time we factor in 17, 18%, but when it comes to overstock and there's no tax, then you just want to factor in eBay fees and PayPal fees, which is about 12 or 13%. And if you minus 12 from 100, that's where we get 0.88. Does that make sense? I'm really bad at explaining math.
Bottom line is, if you're selling from Amazon, just take your price, whatever you want to sell it for, say $120, times by 0.83. Amazon is always 0.83. And then any other site is 0.87. Like Wayfair, Overstock.
We just, if you do it by 100 minus 17, you get 0.83. So it's easier to do the math that way because you pretty much just remove the 17% and you've removed all your fees. Then you can just subtract the cost of the item and get your profit. So that's why it looks backwards like that. Instead of, because if we multiplied 120 by 0.17, then we would have to take that number and subtract it from the total 120, and then we'd have to, it's just, so it's less math this way.
Yeah. Like say, okay, I just found one sold for $95 actually down here. So $95, and then I see the lowest selling around 57. So I'll just take 95 plus 57. I'll divide it by 2. So the average price this product is selling for is around 76 bucks. So I would list this for around that $76. We can put $75.99. Now, to make sure that I'm profitable, I would, take the $76 times, if I'm getting it from Amazon, I'm going to times it by 0.83, which will give me times 0.83. Oh, I think I did something wrong. 76 times 0.83. which will give me $63.08, right? So now I'm going to go on Amazon. I see that, oh, where's my cookware set? This one here.
5013.
So it's 5013, right? So I'm going to go back, minus this by 5013, and I'm going to get my total profit margin. So 12.95. So to me, that is good. So if this was not Amazon, if it was Overstock or Wayfair, I just times this amount by 0.88. That's all really you got to know. So times 0.88, 66, 66, 88, and then you just, minus 50, and I'll just put 16, whatever, 88 cents, some roughly around there. And that's it. You just got to know two numbers, this and this. You take your profit that you want to sell it for, times by 0.83 if it's Amazon, or 0.88 if it's anywhere else. That's it. Keep it simple.
Awesome. She understands. I always have such a hard time explaining math to people. I can do it well, but I just can't explain it.
Yeah, some people overcomplicate it. It's just like, yeah, it's times it by 0.88. That's it. It's the easiest thing ever.
Okay, well, it looks like we are pretty much done with questions. Everyone's just kind of thanking us, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed this webinar. I surely enjoyed it myself also.
Yeah, it's been a blast. If I ever discover something new, you guys would be the first ones to hear.
Definitely, and I recommend everyone just start testing. It's really the best way to figure things out is to test it. You see an increase in sales, then you know you're doing something right. Think about what you changed in the last month. It's really the best way.
Yep, I'm constantly testing. That's why, you discover new tricks. You just gotta make it, you just gotta have fun with it. It's like, hey, what if I put that keyword, 20 times in the description, as long as it makes sense. See what will that do? Things like that.
And also, where I figured out the keywords in the description, how I put italic and underlined, and I put it in 5 to 7 times, I saw another eBay seller doing that I was spidering off of. I was looking at his description. I noticed the consistency of that. I noticed he was making a lot of sales, so I thought, well, maybe this is working for this person, and I just started doing it. So watch what other successful sellers are doing. You just have to become very observant.
Yep. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is being recorded, so we'll put up the replay up as soon as possible. Thanks, Denise, for, helping me co-host.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. Now I have a lot to do.
Yeah, and we'll see you, next week. We're not sure if this will be Tuesday or Thursday, but we'll give you a heads up.
Awesome. You guys have a great night, and thank you.
All right, take care, everybody.
Bye.